Lemma Cupcake, and welcome to the vaguely vaping-related podcast.
And welcome to the vaguely vaping related podcast. We are on episode 8 of season 2. And as per usual, I am joined by my two partners in crime. That is Mr. David Child and Mr. Jimmy Parker. Alright. And if you are joining us on the live feed, hello! We are live. This is the first time we're trying a live feed. We were given the option to take over the Vape Talk UK channel. So we have, basically. So thanks to Mark and Martin.
Wait a sec. Who has muted the feed? Something's feeding back.
Something's feeding back. I can't hear anything.
I don't have a feed.
What do you mean you don't have a feed? You're doing your tea as we speak.
No.
Yeah.
I've ate my dinner.
You've ate your dinner.
Someone's feeding back. Who hasn't muted the Twitch?
I don't have Twitch open.
I don't have Twitch open. I have headphones in.
Everyone's got headphones in by you, Martin.
I've not.
Anyone else getting feedback? No. Anyway, we're taking over Vape Talk UK. So we have got, as podcast guests, I like this, we're live on VT UK, and they're our guests. It's a bit bizarre. So we have got Mark Dolan.
Oh, hi, was that my cue? That
was your cue. That was your name. Mark Dolan. Should we do that again? And our guest is Mark Dolan.
The irrevocable and inevitable. Come on, give him a bit of panache. Come on,
give him a bit of panache. Okay, so yeah, right.
First time as host.
Yeah. So our special guest today is the gigantic, gargantuan personality of Mr. Mark Dolan.
Yay! I do have to say to anyone watching the video, having been on the Vaguely Vaping related podcast a number of times, that there is a lot of starting and stopping and going back. So we're trying to get the audio right for the podcast. That is our priority this evening. We just thought we'd do it live anyway. Sorry, Chandler. Good evening. Good to see you all.
It's fine. And yeah, don't forget. So yeah, Jim, especially, this is directed to you. Yeah. We are doing this live, so don't forget we haven't got the option to edit it. I can edit it for the podcast, but live feed, everyone gets it straight out.
And he's muted.
So,
okay. There you go. Live. Brilliant. This is why we haven't done live before, isn't it?
I did it on purpose.
Oh, you knob.
You should have. You must have known. You knew he was going to do something like that. Come on.
All right. And just for that, just in case of incidents like this.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell's the matter with you?
But there we are. And our other special guest, obviously the other host of Vape Talk UK, Mr. Martin Zaranoff.
Hello.
Yay.
This is going to
Hang on. The other host. Well introduced there, dude.
I know, the other host.
We've got the gigantic personality of Mark. And
Oh, God. For fuck's sake.
You fucking spoon.
All right.
That's all right. I'm just going to say that this... I'm like lost for a appropriate word for what this is going to be like, so we'll just run with it because...
Just roll with it. It's fine. It's usually fairly random, to be fair.
But hello to all of our viewers on both Twitch and on YouTube.
And yeah, we don't usually have the option of chat for the podcast. So if you are in chat, if you're watching for the first time, if you've never watched VT UK before and you're only watching for the podcast, just pop noob in the chat so we know that you're there. That's fine.
And if you're my followers, you know what to put.
I dread to think. I really do.
Less said about that, the better.
Yeah. I think we ought to move on and go into the
Ben, noob, not boob. Well,
boob. Boob will do.
Yeah.
To be fair, boob's fine. All right, Jimmy. Seeing as you're in the dark and very blue, which kind of goes well with the beard. To be fair, look at this visual.
You put UV paint on your beard?
Martin. No, I have a green beard, Martin.
Oh.
His beard is in fact green, so when he puts the light on, it looks like it's glowing in the dark. It's very strange.
It looks like that.
Ugh.
Green beard.
So, Jim Bob.
And eyebrows. Just so.
Have you done your eyebrows as well? Oh, for fuck's sake,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah, done my eyebrows as well, mate.
You did.
Look, just tell us what you're vaping on. Let's get onto the hand checks.
What am I vaping on? I am vaping on a Aegis, but it's the Aegis Max with a saver on top, as per. And in there, I've got Yogi Strawberry that I've made up in 35 milligram Nick salt.
Ooh, they're nice.
As per the norms. So I've got that as a little mouth to lung set up in the truck.
Nice.
I also have I've got the SX Mini with the Ha on top.
Is the Ha set up mouth to lung or direct lung?
Mouth to lung.
Yeah.
Is that your high-end setup, Jimmy?
Yeah. It's a bit flash with Jim, isn't it? That.
Bit posh, isn't it, mate? Bit posh.
Isn't it?
And in there, I've got Dem 2 at about 30 milligram ish, somewhere around there. And then I have the trusty 26650 Aegis. And on top of this, I've got the Watofo Profile RDTA.
Wow, I like that. That is my kind of height of atomizer. That.
Yeah.
Script is a bit stubby for you though,
But it's the one that you can change from the RTA into the RDA.
So what? So you can take the tank off the bottom and just have it as an RDA?
Yeah.
Really?
You can take the build deck off the top and put a bottom piece on it because the 510 thread goes inside the RTA part. You can turn it into an RDA very quickly.
Oh, fancy.
Meshy.
Is it?
Mesh.
Is that squonky or?
You can squonk it as an RDA, but you can't squonk it as an RTA.
Okay.
The only thing you can't do, but you can run single coils in this. You can run dual coils in it. You can run it as an RDA. You can run it as an RTA.
Mesh coils.
Mesh coils. Yeah. It's mesh strips because Watofo is the profile, so it's what it's known for. It actually comes with 3 different types of mesh as well. You get a Clapton mesh, which is what I've got in, the standard mesh, and the turbo mesh, which is just a real fine weave. Yeah, it's real. When we were talking last recording of the podcast about stuff coming with kits and like being able to change stuff.
Yeah.
When I saw this in the shop, I thought, you know what, I've got to buy one because the versatility of that and being able to use it as an RDA, an RTA. It's got, I don't know whether my camera's going to pick it up, but it's got
a drip tip,
metal wicks.
Oh, it's got the cable wicking on it.
Yeah, it's got cables that run up inside.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot like your Brunhilde,
There's
isn't
a bit of a trend for these cable wicking RTAs at the moment.
Yeah, but it's not like cable used to be. It's not like the steel wicks used to be. But what I have noticed also is that with the Brunhilde and this, both have 4 wicks, whereas the older styles only used to have 2, didn't they?
Oh, so those cables they come with they come in the package and they are special. Oh,
you get 6 of them, so you get 4 to go in it and then 2 spares. But I quite like. I'm not going to rip the cotton out.
but do you then have to get those special ones again, or could you use any?
I'd imagine you can use any, but obviously Watofo will sell packs of them. But I quite like the way the dual coils fitted in there as well, and I'm not going to take it apart to show you, unfortunately. But in the top, you know how they had the peak trough where the mesh where the cotton sat when you had the mesh in on the profile. Well, this is like that, but with 4 holes in the corners, so as you can put dual coils in it. They actually run through it. They don't clamp on the same posts. So, how hard is this going to be? So, if you look at the bottom there, you've got the clamp here with the mesh in it, and if you look really closely at the bottom, you've also got 2 little holes, the 2 little screws at the bottom, little grub screws.
Okay, so you can just just.
Let me try.
It's because we've got visuals now. We are actually trying to show it.
Yeah, but I've got
bizarre.
Switch camera. Ta-da! Oh, look, leather mats. Sorry. So, if you look underneath there, you've got the normal clamp, and then you've got the whole a screw either side. If it'll focus.
Oh, there we go. Now we can see it. Yeah.
So the peak piece in the middle, in the top there, where the wick sits, which obviously you can't see through my wick, has got 4 holes, and then they correlate to these 2 screws on that side, 2 screws on the other side to hold the coils in. So you can proper dual coil it or single coil it. Google is your answer, Chandler. I know you want to do it.
Yeah, I'll Google it. It's fine.
Maybe you could throw an image up on the screen for everyone to see what I'm talking about. You should do it top down. I don't want to remove my wick. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry. No, look, the profile looks the original profile was good, so that's.
But the original profile, I found that with the cotton that came with it, you used to have to put two shoelaces through to get enough cotton in there. Otherwise, you ended up with it leaking. They seem to have rectified it with this because I've put 1 in to try and make it leak, and it hasn't.
Okay.
Not a bit, and it hasn't dry hit. There's no dry hit. There's no nothing. And as you saw, there's plenty of saturation to the cotton from those metal wicks. So yeah, I was quite impressed.
Cool.
So, and in that, I have got Hocus Pocus from the lab.
Very nice.
So how's the flavour? Is the flavour good?
Mental, absolutely mental flavour. I'll be honest. I haven't tried it with the other meshes in it, but the profiles were always pretty good with flavour. But with this Clapton one in it, it's a lot cooler with the Clapton mesh in it. And it can be a bit of a pig to build with. You've got to be, when you put the cotton in, you've got to pull down and push it in. Otherwise, you'll end up bending one of the wires over.
And how much would that set someone back if they were interested?
$34.99.
Oh, that's all right, isn't it?
Versatile.
Oh no, $32.99. $32.99. But yeah, you got the RTA or you've got the RDA. So yeah, it is very versatile. Very versatile. I've had to shut one run of airflow off as well because it was far too airy for me. But it's still, yeah.
Watofo do like their airflow, to be fair.
Flavour junkie, definitely. Well worth a look.
Pro.
Well worth a look.
Cool. You got anything else there, mate?
Those are my 3 setups. No, those are my 3 setups.
Cool.
I have got another one, but it's sitting in the cupboard and I'm not getting it out because I brought the K-Fun with me. So I will throw it over to Mark. Mark, what are you vaping on this evening?
I can't get away with saying same old, can I now?
No, because you weren't on last week, technically. Although you were.
I am vaping on the Limelight Pylon.
Same old.
Ooh.
Same old. Did I? Sorry, on Vape Talk, was I on the roulette last week? Don't know.
You had the
vaping-
Nibiru out last week.
Yeah, I popped my coil. Vaping on the roulette, which I'm actually quite enjoying. I didn't, and now I do.
It wasn't, you didn't, but now you do. Like it?
Did it take a bit of getting used to then?
I think it was the flavour difference. As you all know, I like a very, very, very tight metal and vape 0.8.
Ooh.
And my go-to was the Reaper. Then when I got the Nibiru, I went over to the Nibiru. I then struggled to go back to the Reaper because the flavour wasn't as good.
Okay.
And I also flicked over to the roulette as well, and I didn't feel the flavour was as good either. But having fiddled and played, and yeah, I'm really enjoying the roulette right now. Yep, it's good. Happy with that. I've just finished my last bottle of the blue shit.
The blue shit.
Thanks, Martin.
Is that the Heisenberg by any
It was
chance?
the Heisenberg. The Heisenberg.
Awesome. Just in case anyone who's listening couldn't work out what blue shit was.
Domestos.
Yeah, you might have some newer people to the channel, so they probably won't know, or newer vapors to the channel as well.
Was that the Vampire Vape version as well?
It was the Vampire Vape version.
Okay,
I've
so
got a bottle of Bloodsucker ready to go.
Ooh.
Ooshed.
Didn't you take 3 bottles of Heisenberg?
I've done 2 already, yeah.
Yeah, but so you took a 3rd one. That was the.
I took a Bloodsucker because I just don't know, just fancied it.
I thought you were just gonna. I'm just gonna. You know what I'm gonna take. That's what you said.
I thought I'd be different, and
What flavour profile is the Bloodsucker then?
it tastes like Red
Those that
Astaire
may
to
not
me. On the tongue, it tastes like Red Astaire. How deep it
yeah,
will be.
Yeah, it's red fruits menthol.
To be fair, Mark likes it even more because it tastes a freebie. So.
You know what I've just tasted, which has just completely put me off this?
Go on.
There's an edge of Parma Violet to it.
There isn't when you vape it though. I promise.
Yeah.
I can't stand Parma Violets. They're just on the wrong side of wrong.
Also, vaping on. I can never remember what's that called, Martin?
What? The mod?
Yeah.
That's the cult.
The Colt from someone.
Art and mod.
From?
Art and mod.
That's it. Art and Mud. With the some RDA on top.
Otis, OAT.
It does look like an OAT to me. Yeah.
It is.
Oh. Sorry, Jimmy's laughing because I've just muted him because he's purposefully got the Haribos out right next to the camera.
And I can't believe there's people in chat calling out Parma Violet. Parma Violet is wrong. It's more wrong. Parma Violet is more wrong than putting pineapple on a pizza. Let's say that, in my opinion.
Don't listen to him chat. You're all right.
I never
Parma
want to
Violets.
I'm on the side of chat with this one.
What, Parma Violets?
Yeah.
Oh, the worst thing I ever saw was, I saw a bottle of gin that was Parma Violet flavoured gin. That has got to be disgusting.
I once made Parma Violet vodka.
Oh, what, literally you just dropped a packet of Parma Violets into a bottle of vodka?
About 4 packets of Parma Violets into half a bottle of vodka. Yeah.
And they just dissolved?
Mostly, just let it sit, then you have to filter it out for a bit. But yeah, it worked okay. That's because back in the old days, there was a popular vodka bar that had lots of different flavours of vodka, and I went there once and they had Parma Violet vodka, and I thought I'll try and make it myself. It didn't work quite as well. But
Did it?
Do you know about the drumstick squishies, the sweets?
yes,
Stick them in vodka. Honestly, we had it at
Really?
Drug Fest. It's mental.
Just a packet of those. How do you get those? Well, I suppose they're squishy, aren't they? I was going to say, how do you get them through the neck of the bottle? But
but they'll fit. Just drop them in if the bottle of vodka's big enough.
Okay.
Just out
I'll
of
have to get-
curiosity, David, did it have the desired effect? Did it taste like hand lotion?
It could. To be honest with you, when I tried it, obviously I didn't use the best brand of vodka in the world, so I think that detracted from the Parma Violet flavour. But it worked, just not as well as it does in the bars. It still had petrol overtones.
That'd be the vodka's fault.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that petrol overtones.
And I'm
Petrol
just
and
sitting
hand
here,
sanitizer.
I have no
Awesome.
clue what Parma Violet is, so
Martin said, "Oh, bless Martin, you sat there going, oh, I don't actually know what a Parma Violet is."
Martin,
Send Martin Parma Violet.
Oh,
Martin,
I've just Googled it, but it still doesn't make any sense.
I will send you some Parma Violets.
No,
It's-
no, fuck! I have a package coming. Shit.
they are
No, I know
horrible.
what Parma Violets is. They are
What-
shit. So just
What you should do, Mark, is you should send him some Parma Violets and then get him to try them live on the show.
We should do that.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to touch them until the show.
Also, vaping on, I can see David has got his bar in hand as well.
Hoo-hoo. Vaporesso bar. How much did you pay for that there, Mark?
It was fuck all. Sorry, are we allowed to swear on the vaguely vaping related podcast?
Yeah, we've got
Yes.
adult content.
I was going to say, if you
enabled,
want to ask that question again, I can reply.
You have offended my Catholic people that are watching.
So, Mark, how much was that Vaporesso bar that you got there?
It was absolutely free, Chandler, my friend.
Okay, very good.
You can take
Lovely.
your pick between which clip you use now. So
Okay, yeah, I'll just swap it out. Alright, so what? Basically you got that because it's Stoptober, and
Got it because it was free.
should we give them a plug? eliquid.com. We're giving them away a starter kit out.
they're a tenner now, I
they're
think.
five,
Fiver.
right?
Fiver.
Yeah, they're now. Yeah,
They're
now
fiver.
they have 1,000 to give away. They've given those away, but you can still get the same kit for a £5.
Which is
to be-
still ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
And that's we're still with the 10ml bottle of liquid.
Yep. Still with the
Yeah.
same liquid.
And
Yep.
is that included in delivery?
Yes.
Then you're paying. All you're doing is paying the delivery charge.
Pretty much. I would
Basically.
imagine. Actually, I don't
mean-
know. I can't say for certain it does include delivery because I haven't tried it.
Okay.
Matt in chat. Matt, yours cost you a £5. Did you pay for shipping, or was it just a bottle and the device? I'm sure he got free shipping, but we'll wait for.
Yeah, well,
Chandler?
the invoice that I got for because I got one as well. The invoice that came through was just short of £19. It was £18.80 something for the kit.
Chandler, whilst we're waiting for the response from chat. Love you.
Yeah, it was,
Thanks, Jim.
It's free
Cheers.
delivery.
it was definitely free delivery. So
Yeah.
You're just all you're doing is paying for the delivery. Then aren't you? You're getting a free kit
Yeah.
and a free bottle. And it's
Well, they-
October.
Yeah, and the liquid that they were giving away free with it wasn't cheapy, cheerful,
no,
Tuppen's halfpenny liquid either. There was I got an Own Boy menthol liquid.
I
6
got
licks.
6 licks, yeah.
Yeah, I got a fruity
Yeah.
6 licks.
I didn't
So-
get one.
Didn't you get one?
And they're pretty good as well. They're not bad from the three of us that got them. I've got no real complaints other than it drinks.
Wait,
Juice.
free?
1, 2, 3. Yeah,
Did you get one as well, Martin?
Channel doesn't have one.
yes, he does.
Yeah, I do have one. Now the reason I haven't got it is, and I think this is probably the best praise for it I can give it, is the fact that R. Kelly's nicked it.
R. Kelly
So-
sold his mod.
Which is great.
And
I think
she's quite happily, every other pod I've gone, here, I'll try that. She's gone, yeah, brilliant. Thanks, Ian. And
and
to
as
one
we said in
side.
the last podcast, it's ideal if you care about someone and think they should try stopping smoking and try vaping. Spend a £5, buy them that as a little gift, and go, look, I bought this for you. Give it a go. It's cost you a fiver, and you're supporting a company that's out there to help stop people smoking. So
Yeah. So
well worth doing.
Now,
Mark,
like-
as
No, go on.
someone who likes a tight draw, what's your thoughts on the draw?
It's not bad. It's not bad. Got it on the whichever side of the cube it's on to make it tight. It's all right. It's not. It's looser than I'm used to.
Yeah,
I prefer it much tighter, but it's not offensive.
But is it a cigarette type draw?
Not far. It's a Marlboro Light. When you got the holes around the edge.
Yeah.
It's got a
like a silk cut.
Oh, okay.
but it produces a lot more than what a silk cut would.
Yeah, and the nicotine levels, they were doing them with Nick salts, weren't they?
I think
Yes.
it's a combination of the two. I think the one Chandler got was a Nick salt. The one I got was Nick.
Right.
I wasn't expecting a Nick salt, but when I got it, it was salt. So 12 milligram Nick salts.
I would
12.
presume Nick salts would be best in such a tight pod
In,
device.
in pods. To be perfectly honest with you, I think nicotine salt's the way to stop people smoking as well, to be fair.
It's a cloudy little thing, though. I was quite impressed with it.
I think
Yeah,
I need
it's-
a charger.
I was, it certainly, anything knocks the jewel into a cocked hat, but any of the pen pods that I've had, that is the best one I've had.
Yeah, hands down. And we've had a lot of shit come from China that we've used. I know Martin very, very, very much likes. Well, Martin, what are you vaping on?
Shitty little tight pod device.
And this shitty little tiny pod device that you've got, what's it called?
Caliburn.
Caliber. I haven't. I'll be honest. I haven't tried the Caliber, so I can't really comment on it.
You should.
Yeah.
Especially with the 1.2 cocoa pods. That's the best. You would think that maybe the 1.4 would be better because they might be a little tighter, but no. And then with the matching China cap that I got 5 of for, I don't know, a quid or something, because it's usually black, the top. And
Okay.
I'm eagerly waiting for my Caliburn G, but that's my own fault because I keep buying pops, so we have to wait on shipping. So
Nah,
Well,
I'll teach you.
it's with Mark, so.
So is it a refillable pod that you fill yourself, or does it come
yeah,
with the pods?
refillable.
Cool.
And the new G is with a coil, uses the same coils as Valyrian, so that's going to be kind of more like a pod mod.
All right, yeah.
So you can replace the coil in it rather than having to replace the whole pod. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, turns it more into an AIO, doesn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
the only
Pod
bad
system.
thing we know for now is that they deliver at least the first batch of Caliburn Gs. They are delivering those with 2.0 ohm, 0.8 ohm coils, and then there's also 1 ohm coil. So they're not giving you the option to try both. And I've also talked to a friend who has a shop who has wholesale distro or something in France, and they've also only got the 0.8 ohm coils yet. So it's like they haven't released the 1 ohm coil yet, which I don't understand because at least, well, Caliburn, we're talking 1 ohm and over. So, but we'll see once it gets there. In there, I've got some this juice, mixed salts, 20 milligram with mango and passion fruit. Really dig
Nice.
that. Awesome flavor Chandler in this. Just gonna say, you should try it.
Good flavour. All right. Okay. Are they expensive?
No, yeah. I think that that's like almost 20 quid or something like that.
Okay.
Especially with the G coming, they will probably decline more in price. 20, 25, something like that. Then I'm also on my CLZ XQ with basic.
Nice.
And what I've got in there, I've actually, yesterday I put in some Bisha, guava, strawberry, and nectarine, as recommended by Mr. Alex McKenzie over at the Vape. This is becoming what Mark calls like a good old, because I think I've had this for almost 2 years now. This setup.
It's very nice.
It is.
It's a
Unfortunately,
bit.
the model ended up being an asshole and fucked a lot of people. But that's a different story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's Juma.
Yeah, it's Juma. Speaking of Juma, I'm also on my Seduce with my Imperia, which is also becoming a favorite setup of mine with some mango passion fruit future juice. For those of you that haven't tried this, very
Future
good
juice.
juice. Yeah, future juice.
Okay.
And good mango is hard to find.
A good mango is hard to find.
I'm sure Fergal Sharky will have something to say about that.
Sorry?
I'm sure Fergal Sharky will have something to say about that.
Yeah.
No, but a lot of mangoes, I find them very synthetic.
Yeah.
This
I
is
agree
both
with
a
you.
good mix because it's being supplemented by the passion fruit, so it's not like just taking over the entire liquid, but there's still a good mango flavor combined with the passion fruit, so the sweet and the sour. And even though I'm not into UK liquids normally, because apparently I found out through Mark that it's apparently the type of sweetener you guys use over there.
Okay.
I like this really much.
So do you notice the difference with the sweetener between what you can get over in Denmark compared to what you get over here?
Or if we're comparing to like other European liquids or Asian liquids, I've just I've burned my fingers on a lot of UK juices where they had that kind of aftertaste that not sour, not bitter, but can't find the right word for it. But
He didn't like Jeffries.
Oh, no.
What a dick.
Really?
But again, it was,
God.
It was down to the sweetener.
Really? Okay.
Well.
There you go.
I
enough.
love
If-
Jeffries. Especially, I love the guy who made Jeffries, whoever that asshole is.
Yeah.
I love Jeffries. I'm not vaping it that much, but I love having it on the shelf. It's a privilege.
If anyone doesn't know, it's Mark that used to do the Jeffries.
Oh, shit.
There you go. I just thought I'd get that one in for
Dandelion
podcast
and
listeners.
burdock is apparently a drink.
Sorry.
Dandelion and burdock.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Last
Did you try it?
Have you tried it yet? Dandelion and
Have you
burdock
tried
drink?
it?
Yeah, on the finger.
On the finger? You've not tried vaping yet? No?
No.
I found the dandelion burdock was a very good mouth to lung vape. It was too
Yes.
much for me direct lung, but mouth to lung it was.
Yeah.
You should like it. It's a little bit of licorice flavour, so you should like it.
There was that other one that was all right as well. What was it called? Cream what?
The cream soda.
Cream soda that you just used to chug day in, day out, Jim.
I'd get a poke every few months saying I've run out of concentrate. Jimmy, how on earth have you got through a litre of cream soda concentrate in the past month?
Well, and last but not least, vaping on my Vulcan Voyeur with another UK juice, Miyako Wick Liquor Apricot. Ultimate favorite juice.
Nice.
So that's me.
Cool.
And I'm going
David.
to it on to Dave Childs.
On to me. Jimmy sitting there like that. You look like something out of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory like that. Yeah. Right, so I am vaping on my usual of the, for the VT UK viewers, it is the Tesla Wii 2 85 watt single battery mod with the, I think you might have something on your nose there. For the listeners, Jimmy's just stuck 2 sweets up his nostrils. So I've got that, and on top of that, I have the EVL Twin with Cactus Lychee in it from justanick.org.uk. I also have my Spiremulus with the Nautilus coil in it, and that's got code red. And apart from the the other one, which we'll get onto. I also have, if I feel a bit cloudy, I have the Odin mod, the single 21700 version with the Blotto on top, and that has got raspberry fields in it.
That is your tribute to the vaping bogan, that one, isn't it?
That's as I said to him on the podcast. You can see that tank's still half full, and I will put a different coil in this after Christmas when I've got through this tank. Do that there, and other than that, I've also just got the bar as well. I mean, we've already covered it. Mark covered it really well. I mean, just my 2 pence on it. Yeah, I think it's really good for £5. If you want to give it to somebody to try vaping, I would highly recommend you go to the website and buy it and get it sent through to them. I think it would definitely work best with Nick salts. I'm still, because I'm testing out stuff, that I'm still using the 6 licks that I got with it. I think really quite like that flavour actually. It's really nice, but I think with to get the throat hit and stuff like that, the Nick salts would work best in it. So it comes with 2 pods. So once this pod's killed off, I'm going to try it with some of the Nick salts that I've got. See how I get on with that. But yeah, like I said, the draw on the smallest hole is fine from mouth for me, fine from mouth to lung. Like I said, I normally like about a 1 mil air hole anyway. It's certainly tight enough, and certainly I think it would give you that cigarette feel. So yeah, I highly recommend it.
I like the airflow adjuster on it. It's genius.
Yeah, and it actually it's one of those things where you think it shouldn't work because the air should just go in and all the way around it, but it doesn't. It actually does work, and the fitting on it is tight enough that it doesn't wobble or anything. There doesn't really wobble or anything, so it is a tight enough seal.
Basically, the airflow is on one side. So to change the airflow, you just put the pod in. Obviously, the pod is square, so you can put it in any which way, but each side of the pod has got a different size airflow channel on it.
This isn't going to work on the webcam, but each side has a set of numbers on it, and you can put the airflow.
So you've actually got 4 different airflows,
and then that sets the airflow.
At a guess, we probably all use it on the first airflow setting, don't we? On the tightest. Yeah.
And I did try it on the most open, and even then there wasn't a huge amount of difference, but it was noticeable.
It's definitely
less tight, but it's certainly not. It certainly doesn't go to it would be a very, very restricted direct lung, and it wouldn't work very well as that anyway, because you get through your juice in 10 seconds. So
1.2 mil in the pod. There's not a lot in there.
Yeah, so I think so basically, when I was testing it out, I obviously got it first, charged it, made sure it was charged fully. I got through basically 2 pods worth on a single charge, which I don't think is bad for that, especially if you had Nick salts in it and you were just using it to try it out for vape, to see if vaping was for you. Certainly works really well, so I can't fault you for that. The only thing I would say is I think they're missing a trick on the website, because I went onto their website and said, look, I want to give the company some money because they did this nice gesture, and I was going to buy some pods for it. They don't sell the pods on their website.
What? Really?
Yeah. So I mean, unless they maybe something they don't carry anymore, or they've sold out, whatever, I don't know. But yeah, they don't sell the pods, so I couldn't buy any pods for that. So I'll have to go there and buy something else from them at some point.
You couldn't even find a page that is sold out. It was literally you couldn't find them.
It wasn't listed under pods on their site.
Oh, that is that is a bit of a
definitely missing the trick. They're definitely missing the trick there, because obviously if people went to their website and bought this thing, they would go back to their site to buy the pods.
Buy the pods back. Yeah, of course.
But yeah, so that might be something they might want to look at.
If they listen.
Yeah, not they're going to hear this.
Listen carefully. This is how you make a business.
So yeah, I would recommend that as an idea. Maybe give out the pod system free that you actually sell the pods for. Would be my recommendation. But what do I know until that? So yeah, so that's everything I'm vaping on. So Chandler, what are you vaping on this week?
Oh, yeah, I've got my Nibiru on top of the on top of the Vicious Ant Venom still.
Glass or frosted glass, or which glass?
Glass.
Oh,
clear glass.
Warning.
Living on the edge.
Chandler has a mech. Warning.
Hang on.
Warning.
Step away from the mech mod.
So, seeing as you mentioned it last podcast, we now have got we've now got the the early warning system just in case. But talking of we'll get on to that. So I've got my Nibiru with the glass. I've got the smaller, optional accessory asteroid inside that reduces the air chamber right down.
I'd love to know how you're going to get onto that.
I'm going to get onto what?
Segue that.
Oh, there's a very easy segue.
There's a very easy segue. Yeah. So, and in there I have got. Okay, does anybody else know what a yazoo is?
Yeah, I do.
I'm probably pronouncing it wrong.
What?
Yazoo.
The milkshake.
YUZU. No,
Yes.
it's not a milkshake.
That would be. Is the juice you happen to have their UK labs by any chance?
No, it's a test sample. But anyway, it's by the by. It was just interesting that I had to Google what it was. So
I only know the milkshake and the band.
Okay, I'm assuming you pronounce it yazoo.
Yazoo.
Okay, it's a yazoo fruit. Basically, it tastes like a cross between a grapefruit and a satsuma.
I was going to say, isn't it part of the grapefruit family?
It's a citrus. It's a citrus fruit.
Is it a yuzu you're talking about? YUZU?
Yes.
I believe from the research we did when we worked with it, it's a member of the gooseberry family.
Gooseberry?
It's got characteristics of a gooseberry apparently.
It has got that tart flavour to it. Yeah.
It's very dry and very sour, and we used it as an underlying flavour in one of our liquids. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what it was.
Wow. Elderflower and apple.
I don't think it was.
And yuzu.
And yuzu, yeah.
One of the pops.
I'm not saying it's one of the pops. I know it was one we worked with.
Would it be one of the
the
one of the cocktails? Basically, I would assume.
Might have been, but yes, no. We used it because it was dry and sour. It leaves a very dry. Might have been a martini we were working on because we were going for the dry hit on a martini.
Okay.
Do you know like the dryness you get from a vermouth?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what we were going for, and we used yuzu as that dry, and then the sourness from vermouth, and it matched it quite well. Anyway, it was one that never hit the streets, so pointless conversation.
I was just sitting there going, he's not giving away state secrets, is he?
Yeah, well, it's just that I've got that inside my Nibiru. I've got a Yuzuru flavor, and I literally had to Google what it was because I had no idea. And when I Googled it, it said tastes like a grapefruit and a cross between a grapefruit and a mandarin orange, and it does. As soon as I read that, isn't it interesting how when you read a flavor profile, you can vape it and go, what's that? What's that? And then you read the vapor profile, and all of a sudden you go, oh yeah, that is what it tastes like.
Wasn't that one of your bugbears, Chandler? People not putting flavors on their bottles.
Yes, drives me up the wall. It's like if it's not obvious what the flavor is, then like I mean the lab do it as well. I've got in my other vape, I've got Alakazam from the lab.
Do you remember the banana beignet?
No, it's that's the elderberry
Mojito.
and strawberry mojito. Yeah. And I had to Google it to remember because I'm thinking, well, now why didn't I vape that? Why did I not fancy it? And it was because it said mojito on it, and I went there.
There was Alakazam, and there was
Abracadabra was
Simsalabim was the banana.
Abracadabra was the lemonade. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
simsalabim was the
That was the
banoffee
caramelly one, wasn't
banana
it?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then Hocus Pocus, which is. What's Hocus Pocus?
that's got strawberry in it, hasn't it?
It's a film with Bette Midler.
Strawberry.
Yeah, I can't.
Strawberry jam scone with raspberry cream.
Ah, there we go. All right. Okay. So
That's my favourite.
I've lost track of what I was. So there you go. I got the yuzu. So yes, and I had to Google the name for that one as well because they didn't put the flavor profile on the bottle, which drives me up the wall. But I got my pod system. So
Pod systems out.
yeah, so my pod system, it's my billet box with the vape snail in it. Which
Chandler, are you in the secret VIP group?
The secret VIP group? No, what's the secret VIP group? Is it secret?
I'm sure I put you in.
The first rule of the secret VIP group is you don't talk about the secret VIP group.
Okay, so we're talking about it live on YouTube and on a podcast. That's awesome.
If you were in there,
The second.
expect stuff.
Oh yes, I'm in that. I'm in that one.
There we go.
Yes.
The second rule of the VIP group is you don't refer to it as a pod system.
It's actually referred to as a leak box.
It's referred to as a leak box.
Yes, leak box.
Yeah, I
Not
have
referred to. It is a leak box. So
found that with the
Pod system.
Borrow. With the original Borrow, I've got because I've got the vape snail in here, but I've been swapping it out with the Karma. I've got the Karma bridge in the other one, and at the moment my Karma bridge is half full of juice, but the Borrow is just sitting on my desk and it is slowly leaking out the bottom. Which, to be fair, is hardly surprising. How many tanks do you do that with? Your tank is half full. And you leave it to stand, and you pick it up 3 weeks later, and it drips juice out the bottom.
Yeah, especially if it's a rebuildable.
Yeah, so I'm kind of forgiving that Borrow for doing that a little bit, but yes, you do get condensation in it, which is kind of just designed the way it's designed. You've got the airflow holes at the side, and I do have a tendency of.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen to the podcast. He's a purger.
I do have a tendency of blowing slightly sometimes before I vape. Blow and then draw.
Comments just does that.
I was about to say the police did have a word with you about that, though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
yeah,
I'm not allowed to do that
Nobody heard
anymore.
what Jimmy said.
No, I heard it. What you've got to do is you just don't acknowledge him.
You just ignore it. Just let
Let
it go.
If you acknowledge it, you fall into the trap.
Yeah. If you just ignore it, you kind of hope one day he'll stop. But it's not happening just
He'll
yet.
never
In
stop.
your heart,
He'll
you know
never
he
stop.
won't stop, no matter how much you neglect it over years.
He'll never stop.
So, and because it's getting colder, in my billet box, I have got my homemade sort of a custard flavour. So
Is it
just
getting cold?
custard. It's
Phil,
getting a little colder over here.
Phil, what we need to do, Phil in chat has just said, someone take that billet away from him. What we need to do is replace it with a Delro or something like that.
A Delro.
Yes, you definitely need a Delro. Yes.
What Delro? Look, I should know what a Delro is, or I feel that I ought to know what a Delro is, but rather than just sit here and go,
it's basically the same as a billet box. You just can't change the battery in it.
it's a billet box with a lipo.
That costs you 5 times more than a billet.
Well,
Hang on a minute. There's something that's more expensive than a billet box.
Oh yes.
Really? What?
Yeah.
What
Actually,
kind?
several items that are more expensive than a billet box, but
What kind of lipo is it? Is it like a 100,000 milliamp hour battery or something? In it?
1800.
80. So it's you've replaced a 2,000 milliamp hour removable battery with a 1800 milliamp hour fixed
the
battery.
newer versions, they do have USB-C and I think 2 amp charging.
Okay, so you do have to charge it more, but it does at least you only have to not vape it for an hour and a half or so while it does the fast charging.
Yeah. And
Okay.
if you get the clear version or the frosted version, you have to live with that the lipo is blue and shining through the just as Floyd.
Look, lipos are not pretty. Why would you want to see a lipo inside the internals of a lipo mod?
But it's frosted, so
Can you rewrap a lipo? That would be good.
we tried getting Lloyd to do that several times, but he hasn't even put a sticker on it yet.
Oh
I
God!
suggested he should get some clear frosted paint and paint it with. But
Clear frosted paint.
I'd suggest a fire blanket as well if you decide to rewrap a lipo, knowing you, Chandler.
Okay.
Mike is saying Delro's charging like 45 minutes.
Right. Yeah, if anyone wants to do a direct swap with me for a billet box for a Delro, then yeah, that'd be great.
Good luck with that.
I will then sell
strokes
it
for
and buy
different
two billet boxes. And my last vape that I've got is new acquisition, maybe.
From a waffle.
Oh, is that the one that you wanted, the waffle?
Yeah, that's the one.
This is the one that I won in the waffle. Yeah, the SVB, SVBF.
It's SVBF parallel. Dual parallel.
It's a dual parallel, so it's got it's a very tight fitting door.
Ooh, Channel,
all
show
are.
Mark how a parallel looks like.
There you go. Both
For the
batteries the same way up.
For the podcast, I'm sticking up my middle finger.
This is all because Mark had a what he thought was a series box, just turned out to be parallel. How long did you have it before you realised it was parallel?
It sat on my shelf for ages. In fact, it's still sat here now.
It's still there. To be fair, the company, I'm not naming the name of it. I don't know why, but I'm not. But yeah, the company that makes them are known for making series boxes rather than parallel. To be fair, so I can see why you would have thought that.
Chandler, how long have you had that mod?
I got it on Saturday.
Should you really be laughing at somebody else's misfortune with a parallel when you've only had that less than a week?
Chandler, how much did you pay for
should
shipping?
you really be tempting fate? Like that?
How much did I pay for shipping?
To be fair, Dave, this is probably like the 10th time we've made fun of Mark with it. So
It was. I managed to get free shipping for it.
Good lad.
Mainly because Nigel Moxon lives half a mile up the road. He literally walked down, put it through the post box. He says, "Don't worry, when I go to the post office, your house is closer to me than the post office. So when I go to the post office, I'll just shove it through the letterbox." Cheers, mate. So thanks, Nigel. So dual, and I've always wanted dual parallel. I have put. I think this is my fourth build that I've got in my Riviera.
Chandler, can you just open the door up again?
Open the front and right. I did mention that it was a tight fitting door, and you're making me take it off again. Yeah.
Just want to see if there's any tide marks at the bottom. No, that one hasn't been in the tea. That's fine. It's okay.
Chandler, I just have to know when he like hand delivered it to your mailbox, did he like bang up the box a little just so you would feel you had a Hermes delivery?
To be fair, it was a little bit of a. It was a little bit
shit on the doorstep.
To be fair, it was a little bit of a tight fit through the letterbox. So he had put it inside inside bubble wrap. A padded envelope, and the envelope was shredded.
Then And it
but
feels like real vape mail.
yeah. It does feel like it'd come with homies.
No, it has to be the full user experience.
Yeah. And just to say, someone was a little bit concerned about my safety. I think, considering that obviously dual parallel, you can actually do not put the batteries in the wrong way up, because that just would be explosive, to say the least. I got an Amazon delivery on Sunday, and I had the wife coming into me going, "What have you ordered? What have you ordered?" I'm like, "I've not ordered anything. We've got an Amazon delivery." I'm like, "I haven't ordered anything." I opened it up, and I'm like, "Why have I got this?" I got a fire blanket. It actually took me a while before I saw the little note that came with it. That was, in case of accidents with your new SVBF, I think you could do with this. So, David, thanks, David. Really
welcome,
appreciated. Yeah,
I was about to say, and it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you, Jim. It was David. So, yeah, cheers for that. Thanks.
That's right. You're more than welcome, mate.
It actually makes quite a nice build map, to be fair.
I'd just like to point out, David, you should have waited for this week because it's Prime Day and they're cheaper now.
No, that's right. I've already spent my wad on Prime Day yesterday, so.
Yeah, I'm getting him a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I was just going to say, get him a fire extinguisher.
The
foam one.
Yeah.
The foam one.
No, we get him a water one. It'd be funnier.
Great, thanks.
I thought more would be for your protection the next time you buy something expensive again and R. Kelly finds out.
And I still, just to back Chandler up a little bit and just to give Martin something else to jib me about, I'm sure I still have video footage of me putting batteries in parallel configuration into a series box and firing it. I still have video footage from my CCTV in the shop of me launching this box at the front door, fucking smoke billowing out. I'm sure you've seen it, Chandler. I'm sure you've seen it. But
you did show it me when I came down to the to your office.
I think I saw it on the Darwin Awards.
Yeah, you can thank Riyadh for that, actually, because instead of printing the positive and the negative the right way, he couldn't be asked to change it.
Oh, seriously? It was actually labelled the wrong way in the box.
That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you were just following instructions.
Oh, well, so you don't think, do you? You pick something up and you do as you're told. Like, what pisses me off is Amazon remotes. Joe, the Fire Stick remotes.
Yeah.
They go in like that, not like that.
Mm.
And it messes
They
up
go
my
in
head.
parallel.
I know.
Yeah. It's like, what? So, but I do like the fact that any evidence of the labels inside has actually now gone up in smoke. So we haven't actually got any evidence as to whether that is the case or not.
I don't know.
We'll just have to take his word for it.
Okay.
On that bombshell, Chandler, someone was offering you a Delro in chat.
Really? Did I miss that?
Apparently. Someone just said, who won the Delro?
I'm not actually going to swap my billet for it because I like my billet.
I think it would also be a bad swap for the one who has the Delro, unless the Delro is really fucked up and beat up.
Yeah, but they get an Ian Chandler T-dunked pod system.
It was milk. I hadn't put the tea in it.
Oh, milk. Where were the cereal flavours?
Yeah. Did I mention this? Did I do this before or after the last podcast? I now can't remember.
I can't remember. I think
it was before.
I think we covered it in the last podcast.
We did. That's right.
Yeah, but it's funny to bring it up again because it takes the piss out of Chandler. So just carry on.
Just the fact that I batted it in the air twice before it landed directly in my mug. I'm like, on the phone.
Oh, we all exaggerate our shit stories.
Won't mind, but I'm not exaggerating.
Clumsy shit.
Basically, instead of a fire blanket, you actually need one of those sealable bags that you take to the beach to put your mobile phone in, one of those waterproof ones with your mods.
I just need, I don't know, I just need handcuffing or something just to, if whatever I touch,
You
I seem
wish.
to. Yeah.
Speak to the wife.
Oh, yes. Oh, so that actually brings us to the end of the hand checks. Hey, we've done well. Only an hour and 2 minutes for 5 hand checks. That's pretty good.
But we covered the bar in that, so that's fine. We covered lots of stuff.
We did.
Right, good night, people.
Yeah,
that's it. So thanks for listening.
Is that it?
So
we're done.
No, we're not done.
Awesome.
So we've got another.
Now we get to the unscripted portion of the podcast.
Yeah, this is the bit where we actually don't know what we're on about. No.
Got to ask our guests.
New stuff. Yeah, we ought to ask the guests some stuff, shouldn't we?
Should we just gloss over new stuff?
So we can come back to that if we run out. How's that?
Yeah.
No, we've got half an hour of questions and telling people where to find us and stuff.
Let's concentrate on the guests.
All right. So I want to ask Martin. Obviously, you are one of the newest hosts on Vape Talk UK.
The newest.
You are the newest host on Vape Talk UK.
Baby.
Yeah, bless him. How are
and
you?
in age as well.
First question: how are you finding it? You're coping with the with having to basically deal with us every Tuesday.
Yeah, I actually find it rather therapeutic.
It's like looking after 2 old people, isn't it?
Why did I laugh?
Fuck
it's
you!
Nice to,
Come on, Mark. You were 50 last week, weren't you?
Just for the podcast listeners, Mark nodded before realising what had been said.
No, but I think it's I've talked a lot with Mark about the fact that it needs to be fun. So if we get to the point where it seems like too huge of a burden, it needs to be fun. So in some way, we always have not a script and I'm not a fan of having everything totally scripted, but have some kind of structure. At least have some kind of content. We know what we're talking about, and then we fill out the blanks. And see what happens. And I like the fact that we are not just talking amongst ourselves, we are interacting with chat as well. It's also why Twitch is the best option. Sorry, YouTube. But there is too much of a delay on YouTube. And if some of the other shows that are only on YouTube, you can really see that they can't really interact because of the too big of a delay on the stream. So yeah, I'm finding it nice. I'm quite happy. That's why I'm still here.
and how are you coping with the language barrier dealing with these two?
Come on, it's only Yorkshire.
Well, I would actually say the language barrier is not so much. It's more like the humor, because the English humor is quite rough. Actually, but luckily I had a lot of interactions with a lot of different British people before even joining here. So but the sometimes
you like a lot of English of UK comedy shows, don't you? I know you like your Little Britain.
Oh, I love it. It's and I watched Mr. Bean when I was a kid. And I've watched EastEnders, and well, that's not comedy. Well, it is kind of comedy.
It's comedy.
You have my sympathies for having to watch EastEnders.
It's funny that anyone watches it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, Little Britain, it's awesome, literally. And I've heard that you had it taken away from Netflix and so on. So
yeah, interesting. Yeah. YouTube, iPlayer, they've taken it off. iPlayer because it's not politically correct.
in
Well,
these
yeah.
modern
Sneaker
times.
hype. Martin watched Friday night dinner.
Yes. Watch Friday Night Dinner.
Yeah, watch Friday Night Dinner. You'd like that.
The
And
Fast Show.
has anybody else noticed on BritBox they've brought out Spitting Image?
It was shit, the
Yeah.
first one.
Okay, I liked Spitting Image. I'm slightly annoyed. I don't actually have BritBox, so I haven't seen it. But yeah, I did like Spitting Image.
It
I thought it was funny.
I know back in the...
Matt, you take that back, right? Okay, I'm gonna mute Matt.
What's it? Oh yeah, just to let you know, Matt has just posted in chat. They took it off iPlayer because it's not actually funny.
Mark, why did we make him moderate? So now I can't mute him. Yeah, Sneaker Hype, Come Fly With Me is also funny, but it's the same people that obviously makes sense. Actually, another British show I enjoy watching is Heathrow. It's weird because it's still being rerun here on Danish television, like very late nights, and which is like, I think it's 15-year-old episode, something like that.
Isn't that a serious documentary? Heathrow.
Yeah, it's about things happening in Heathrow Airport.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Another one.
No,
Okay.
I'm finding myself quite
Currently,
comfortable.
there's nothing going on at Heathrow Airport.
Yeah, that's true.
There is. There's plenty going on at Heathrow Airport.
Well, not with human beings, with haulage probably.
No, there's
Oh,
plenty going on.
but
with
general,
human
back
beings
to your
at
question
Heathrow
about the language, I'm not generally having issues. I should rather ask you if I have issues with the language. It's
I think it's more understanding them because the way they don't speak proper. So
yeah, like the dialects. No, well, sometimes like the dialects, it's just.
But to be fair, you got on well with Markski. You look confused as fuck, but you got on with Markski.
Oh, that is, yeah. Markski can be very Scottish at times.
Yeah.
Funny that.
Markski.
Yeah, but well, you know what I mean.
There are
You know
other
what,
Scottish people out there on the air, so you can watch some of those, and then you kind of pick up some of the.
I mean, to be fair, I have to do the same thing. When I was at the Ideal Vape meet, I was in Matt Fox's people carrier with basically the Scottish contingent, and I got most of it, but I did struggle because they were speaking at their normal speed, as they would in Scotland.
Oh.
I was lagging behind a little bit, and that's my failing. That's nothing to do with them. That's my English, my South London English upbringing holding me back.
Look, let's be fair. When I went to Chris JB's wedding, Chris J. There was this one bloke turns up. He's carrying a 6-pack of McEwen's. I'd got a feeling this was maybe his second 6-pack of McEwen's. But he wandered up. I was stood next to Chris. He turned to Chris and he went, "Oh, this is from Holland." I'm like, what? What the hell?
And all he said was, "Do you want a beer, mate?" Well,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I just kind of nodded, smiled, and he thrust a can in my hand. It was like, great. Oh,
You see, I'd had the joy of meeting him the night before. You were there. No, you came the second day.
I came up. Yeah, we came up we came up on the same day as the wedding. So.
Another one, Martin, just very quickly that you've got to watch. You've got to watch Peter Kay's Car Share. That's another very English one that you've got to watch.
Bottom
as well, yeah. Men behaving badly. There's so many you've got to see. But the reason I say Car Share, because somebody had shared the dogging clip.
Hi, David. Thanks for watching. Not Dave. David Payne was leaving.
Oh, okay.
Right. Bye, David.
Bye, Dave.
Does none of you remember the dogging clip on Car Share?
No.
I've never seen Car Share.
I have seen Car Share, but I don't think I've seen all of it. I must have missed a few episodes.
Right,
the other Peter Kay one?
No, it is Peter Kay, yeah.
Yeah.
Not now.
Phoenix Nights.
Phoenix
No,
Nights,
I
that's
didn't
the one.
like him in that.
He was about 8 different characters in Phoenix
And
Nights.
I didn't like any of them.
Oh, okay.
The young one.
But after the show, those in chat that haven't seen it, go back. You go onto YouTube and how do you Google it?
Are you about to tell people to go onto the internet and type in dogging?
Go onto YouTube.
Because that may not bring up the thing that they're wanting to bring up.
I think we got David with this one last one.
Don't forget to delete your browser history afterwards.
Just go incognito.
Yeah, open incognito tab, and then you'll be fine.
But I've actually brought something which I came across, which I thought was funny. And Mark, did you put in that picture? Just cue it up and just so
Do you want to
know it when I say.
Okay.
And they actually it fits together with what you were saying, about the flavors of liquids, because especially liquids, they're always like described as you have a bombardment or you have a burst of and shit like that. And it's just sometimes it's just nice that people just call things for what they fucking are. So I came across someone posted a description from Gas Mods, which we know make affordable vape gear at fair prices, decent vape gear.
Yeah.
A description of their new Palace MTL RTA. Mark, you can bring up the picture now.
So what was the RTA called again?
Palace. And
Palace.
Gas Mods, they finished it up with saying you will get decent flavor from it.
You'll get decent flavour from it. Okay, it's not got awesome flavour or amazing. It's just decent.
Yeah, it's decent because you pay a decent price.
That's very English.
It's good English advertising. That understated.
Isn't it?
I kind of like that because it's just being honest. You won't get incredible flavour because you're also only paying 17 quid or something probably.
Yeah, exactly. They're not going about saying this is the most. This is the most amazing flavour you will ever experience. They're just saying, it's all right.
They're just saying it's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. But don't forget, it's with the distinct U-shape surround airflow system, you will get decent flavour from it. It's how things used to be described. To be fair, until you would get good flavour from this until everyone started going awesome, like you said, awesome, incredible flavour, amazing flavour, it will explode your mind. So when you see something that actually tells it you straight, you actually go, okay, is that it?
Yeah, that's probably right. Instead of all the mischievous, maybe it's not the best flavour in the world, or maybe it's not the best, blah blah blah, or most amazing. So.
Because how many times do you buy something that goes, this is incredible, it's the best thing ever, and you get it and it's just kind of nah.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, as Atti's got more and more samey, they had to find different ways to encourage people to buy them. So they just got more out. So they just opened up the thesaurus, which is a brilliant word if you can say it. Exactly.
If you struggle with it, if you actually use one, you could find an alternative if you can't say it.
That's the problem, though, because it's like I go into the library and say, "Where's your thesaurus?" And I never find my way there.
I actually wonder, if you look up thesaurus and a thesaurus, what does it say for thesaurus?
You'll probably just say you're looking at it.
Okay. But yeah, it's certainly setting your expectations,
Mark,
isn't it?
Mate? Huh? Mark, how's life, dude?
It's good, mate. It's good.
You keeping well? Are you?
Yeah, it's decent.
How's your leg?
I think.
Mark, how's your leg?
Fuck off. My leg's all right, thank you.
Just the other day, it just went through the roof at Mark's home.
Yeah. Did you have an incident or something there at home, Mark?
Yes.
What happened?
I happened.
You happened.
That's the best.
Tell Uncle Chandler all about it.
Oh, cut a long story short. No, I'm going to give you the long version. It saves
Okay, give us the long version.
Saves us talking about new stuff then. Friday, Lindsay had been at work. Yeah, Lindsay had been at work. Darcy was still at school. I'd been picked Lindsay up from work. She says, "Oh, can you do me a favour? Can you just... I haven't got any shoes on. Can you take these into the attic for me?" Of course I can. Next thing I know, my leg's dangling through the bedroom ceiling. I nearly black out from the pain. Honestly, I've never felt anything like it. I just went. I was like, just leave me alone. I need to lie down. This is me lying on the attic floor, going, just leave me alone. With fucking leg dangling through the ceiling.
Yeah, but you're that tall. Your foot was still on the bed.
Honestly, it wasn't. It was horrific. I've got no other words for it. It was horrific.
Let's pull out that thesaurus and find a better word for it.
That was my leg. Probably 10 minutes after.
Ouch.
For the podcast, he's showing a picture with a very nasty bruise / it looks like a carpet burn / bruise where you've rubbed it against some wood.
Technical medical term is an abrasion.
No, whatever. And I'm sorry you could see my cock in that photo, but I didn't think about that before I held it up.
We can't. Don't worry. It's that small.
Well,
so yeah.
It turns out that wasn't his leg that mark was on.
Yeah, he didn't actually say he hurt his leg.
No.
For the people listening to the podcast, you missed a live photo. Yes. Sorry.
But no, it was unfortunate because I was supposed to be head office Monday. I couldn't walk, let alone drive. Now it turns out the day after, as I'd gone through and all my weight landed on my leg, I'd obviously caught my shoulder as well. So I'd not driven all weekend, I'd not walked much. Took Darcy and a friend to school this morning. Gets in the car, I'm like, oh, this ain't comfortable. Drives off. And it must be something about 5th gear, because you go across and up, and the same with 6. You pulling it in towards you. Jesus, the pain in my arm. There's me screaming down the road in 4th gear, trying not to change into 5th and 6th.
Wait, wasn't your you sit on the wrong side of the car? I forget.
You're the only person I know who was praying for traffic this morning.
I really was. Oh, it was horrific.
So have you still got a hole in the bedroom ceiling?
No, it's boarded up now.
Oh, okay. There we are. That's good.
Bless you.
If it was me, it would still be there 6 months later.
Yeah, if it was me, it'd still be there 6 months later. But luckily, I've got a good father-in-law, so.
Oh, okay, cool.
and of course, Mark, your shoulder was hurting too much for you to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lindsay just said, you. "Don't enable him."
That's what we do. We have to enable the elderly. Am I getting wanker signs? I can't see him.
Yeah, no.
I can't see him now.
I quite like that, David. You just ignore it, don't you? It'll go away eventually.
Yeah, you just don't know it, and he keeps repeating himself for a little while, but then he just peters off. Quite good. Unfortunately, now he knows that he's just going to keep, because if you acknowledge him, he just keeps trying. So just think of him as a puppy.
Oh, he's a good boy.
Yeah, you.
He's for the podcast listeners. He's currently turned on his disco lights in his cab.
Oh yes, we did. I don't know. Did we mention at the beginning that Jimmy's actually obviously joining us from his cab via his mobile phone? So he has got his red brothel leather mats in the cab.
Brothel leather.
Brothel red. Sorry.
Stuff.
They are leather though, aren't they? They are leather though, aren't they?
They are leather.
Yeah,
they're pleather.
Yeah,
red leather.
And just for the record, we should also mention for the podcast, he is not in his toilet in his cab. He's just
No.
in the cab.
Yeah, and just
in my cap.
and that's the reason why you can notice his audio quality is probably better than it normally is.
Actually, it's pretty good.
You can go fuck yourself.
Oh dear.
Bless him. We love you, really.
So okay, I
David,
mentioned brothel leather, and
have
now
you
he
been a
turns a
good
red
boy?
light on.
Yeah,
boy.
Jimmy, you can turn off your red light.
You'll be getting people
Helmet,
knocking on cab door if you're not careful.
Get UV out.
Oh, for
And
God's
maybe
sake.
he's hoping for that. Who knows?
Don't do it. Not on Twitch. You're not allowed. It's
No
against the
Twitch
terms
is
and
on Twitch.
conditions. But
You
yes.
children.
Yes, Dad. Yeah. No.
Hey, I'm gonna
So-
get.
Go on.
Go on, Jim. So
No, it's fine.
I was gonna mention the new stuff that I'd spotted.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I did.
So the
Anyone-
only question we're going to ask Mark is, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I was really good. This is what happens with the podcast when I don't actually write shit down at the beginning.
So
I'm
Mark,
like,
as one of the originals from the Vape Talk UK, how are you finding it having all these new young'uns coming in?
I quite
Well,
like it.
Gallows
You gotta
did.
give it- I'm not OG.
I'll take that as a compliment.
I'm not OG as such.
You're the longest serving member currently on the team.
True. Okay. So, I quite like it. I quite like changing things up. There was a period where it went somewhat stale. Now the mouldy bread's gone, we can move forward and make changes. What are you two sniggering at? Make changes, have a bit of fun, and no,
I'm laughing
what?
at Chandler.
Right, for the podcast, Jimmy's covering his face. Chandler's laughing, Martin's laughing, and David's like, and David's
I'm just
David's
listening
like, I know
intently.
exactly what you're saying.
I'm so, I don't know about mouldy bread.
No, the mouldy bread's gone.
So Mark,
We know who you mean.
while they finish having their fit, for the podcast listeners, what is VT UK? And ladies and
Boy,
gentlemen, this is where the
Chandler's
podcast
just
went
taking
over
off
the
his
rails.
glasses. He's laughing.
Yeah. And,
After these words.
Can a mod clip that for us, please?
and now the adults have to take over. So yeah. Oh, so yeah. So for the podcast listeners, what actually is VT UK?
VT UK is now a
It's a
light...
loaf.
It's what?
It's a loaf.
Oh, dear. Hovis. It's
Deep breath.
VT UK. Vape Talk UK is a light-hearted look at the industry, but we kind of look at it from both sides. From both the retail side, the manufacturer side, the distribution side. So we try and take a look at it from every angle. So we'll bring in people that perhaps work in the industry or manufacture for the industry, whether that's juice, whether that's hardware, whether that's whatever. And it's just light-hearted. It's almost... We like to poke fun at it. We like to poke fun at the industry because we're just not too serious. There's... it's a fun industry, it's an entertaining industry, and there's no need for it to be quite so serious. So let's just have fun with it. And not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone's cup of tea.
No, but
And also,
basically,
if I may add, which I think I touched a bit upon earlier, that it's actually not about us as hosts. It's about us and the people watching and those who wanna partake in whatever banter or conversation and so on. That's why the chat is important to us. It's not just people who are watching that are just watching. It's also that they feel they can participate a little. Where's Diddy tonight, by the way?
Diddy's
I
not
feel
been
like
for a
muting
while.
someone.
Diddy,
I feel like muting someone.
Diddy left, didn't he?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Anyways,
Don't
Anyway,
know.
No, so,
Anyway.
so as well as doing the podcast, I want to allow you to get a little bit of a plug in. As well as doing the podcast, when this whole lockdown thing started, you started up another thing on Friday nights, didn't you?
Yeah.
as well as doing the podcast.
As,
try
do you
again.
mean as well as doing VT UK?
VT UK, sorry, my
Yeah.
brain my brain only works in 2 dimensions. Sorry.
So it was literally a couple of weeks in, and we were like all sat around bored one evening. It was like, right, let's just have some fun. Let's do a quiz, and we ended up streaming it. And again, the quiz, anyone can join in. Everyone gets a quiz form. There's a bit of music, bit of video, bit of general knowledge, bit of fun. Cups of sugar being poured everywhere. It's just, it was just supposed to be just a bit of fun during lockdown. And again, it's another one where we've said as soon as we stop having fun with it, we'll have our Friday evenings back. But at the minute, I'm still enjoying it. It's still
I think
fun.
we're close to like the 30th quiz, and we've only broken it up like one Friday where Mark had to was previously engaged. Otherwise, we've actually, since it started, every Friday.
Yeah, and I mean, I'd like to speak for the viewers and say it was certainly something to help break the monotony of life during the early stages of lockdown, certainly, because it was tough all round, but it was just that thing Friday night was just fantastic for me. And for anyone who's in VTUK chat that also does the quiz, I'm Networker. Hello. Yeah,
because it took me a while to actually realise that, didn't it?
I think a little while.
But
I remember
then
saying,
we have to know, where have you been the past lot of Fridays?
Yeah, I haven't been there for a while, and the reason is we have a family WhatsApp video chat on a Friday evening, and sometimes it runs over a bit, and by the time we're finished with that, the quiz has already started, and my brain just goes, I can't come in halfway through. I'll just
I do believe Chandler has mentioned it before, but we need you back for one specific reason, because Ali is getting too full of himself winning chat every Friday.
Well, I mean,
He needs some competition.
I only won a couple of times. Nearly every time, I just got so used to saying "Congratulations, Ali" at the end of every show, every episode. But again, that's the thing. I know nobody there does it. I don't play it to win. I just play as a bit of a laugh. And I
certainly don't.
And I before now I've actually gone, I know that, but I can't think of the name of it. And then I've Googled it, but I made sure I haven't then put it in as an answer, because that for me then defeats the point of doing the quiz. Because you can sit there and just Google it, going, well, I know roughly what it is. What is it? Oh, that's a spell. And as I'm sure Mark's good lady will test, my spelling is atrocious. And
as long as you don't misspell a monkey's name, you're good.
Yeah, the creative way, my creative spelling comes to the floor, especially in the final round, which is a speed round, and you literally have like 10 seconds to type your answer. Literally like, good enough. Yeah, but like I said, I just want to thank the everyone involved with VTK for doing that, because it certainly was a godsend. And obviously, because everybody here has been on there, and has certainly helped out a lot of people.
I think it's very unfortunate that we've had to delete all the VODs afterwards, but we were simply getting flagged for the content. So, because we would have people that would go and watch the quiz back, like the day after.
Yeah.
But,
David, if you're ever free on a Friday night and you finish early, give us a heads up, and you can join us live.
Okay, yeah, I will do. If I ever get off that, yeah, because we do occasionally not do it on Friday now. So yeah, so if I have a free Friday, I will give you a shout.
That includes you having to do round 4. Just
Yes, you have to do the.
Yes.
Never mind the Buzzcocks round.
So for the podcast listeners and people, so basically they do a round where literally you have to mumble a famous song. So you have to basically hum the theme tune without actually saying any of the
sing the
words.
theme tune.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yes, and there has been occasions when there's been some visual clues been given for that as well, which has been quite amusing.
Yeah, Chandler especially is very good at the visual clues.
Yeah.
It is very good.
Do you remember your last week? Oh, it wouldn't work well on the podcast. I was about to ask you to do your actions for last week.
Well, actually, it would work telling that he actually tried to just mimic his songs with like movements. You didn't even say a word until after like 20 seconds. You were trying to mimic the song with your movements.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh, what was the name of the song? It was Tina Turner's
Proud Mary.
Proud Mary. Yeah. The one that goes rolling down the. Yeah.
So you basically did a round using interpretive dance.
Yeah,
and you're
pretty
the
much.
inventor of the move. So.
What was the other one? What was the other one I did? Oh, Beyonce. Yeah, that's another one where it was all the single ladies, which everybody knows the video for that, where she's in the ridiculously high heels, she's tottering around doing the moves with the shoulders and everything. So I basically did that, and I think Mark got it before I even uttered a sound. So yeah.
Let's forget the time when Jimmy he performed "Man, I Feel Like a Woman" as if it was the most natural thing in the world.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right, so Chandler, do you want to quickly do your new stuff, and then we can then Jimmy can have his TikTok 2 minutes before he falls asleep.
Yeah, before we finish. Yeah, he's bless him. What time are you working in the morning, mate?
4:15.
Starting work at 4:15. Right, so we've got to finish on time then, so you can get some kit.
Yes.
Okay. The one thing that really caught my eye this week that's new. Have you seen the new Danny box? It's a side by side. Basically, it's exactly the same as the normal Danny box, but it's dropped down to turn it into a side by side.
So it's exactly the same as the original Danny box, just uglier.
It's the original. Yeah.
It's a bit like that Asmodeus one that came out.
I don't. Yeah. It's a little bit like the.
David,
just jumping on the. Behave. It feels a little bit like they're just jumping on that. They're going, oh, everybody's into side by side mods. Quick, let's get one out so we can have a bit of that. Thank you very much. I don't. Do you think Danny Box need to have a side by side?
I don't think anyone needs a side by side.
Well, yeah, true enough.
I mean, I quite like the form factor of side by side for when you've got tall tanks. I don't mind that form factor, but like I said, I think it's just that
if you've got a tall tank, the whole point is look how big my thing is. Look at that.
Yeah, exactly. It's the sports car analogy, isn't it? It's like those that need to show off have a reason they need to show off, and those that don't.
Yeah, all right, okay, fine.
And you're fine because you use a billet box, so you hide it away completely. So
yeah, that is true. So yeah, so there we go. I saw the Danny box side by side. Is it
18350 and 18650 like the mix or no?
No, it'll be an 18650 because it's just basically they've taken the Danny box and they've cut a chunk out of the side to turn it into a side by side. That's all they've done with it.
Oh.
which kind of beggars the question: why have they got so much space on that side of the Danny box? Why couldn't they have moved the battery more underneath it and made a smaller mod? If they've got enough room to take that massive chunk out to turn it into a side by side.
Didn't they make a mini, Danny?
Yes,
they
did.
A mini version of it.
They called it the Minogue.
Mini.
They called it the Danny Box Mini, strangely.
Oh, have they taken the full size Danny box and cut a chunk out, or is it the mini with a chunk?
No, it looks like
That could get in the bin then. The world has no room for a full size Danny box.
Called the Kylie.
It's not that much bigger. Mine's not that much bigger than yours, Arv.
I like
the way we're comparing sizes and.
I'd like to go side by
He fell out
side.
of the fucking loft.
Yeah, here we go.
His legs went side by side.
Mine is the smallest.
Yeah, you've got the. Yeah, I love the way we're comparing who's got the smallest. What?
It's all about girth.
Oh, there we go. You just poured juice all over yourself.
Something came out at the end of it, and it went.
Something
everywhere.
came out at the end.
What we going for, Mark? Girth.
Ooh.
Oh, great! Jimmy's getting his 26,650 out now.
Yeah, but
And that's not the first time.
Wouldn't
so- Did anybody else spot anything else that caught their eye this week?
Yeah, but I'm going to save it for Vape Talk UK for next week.
You can save it for next week.
I think the thing I spotted can be saved as well. I think we can save that for next week. Jimmy, old bean, old buddy, what's going on in the world of TikTok?
not a lot.
Oh God, there we go. That was good. Right, okay, yeah, brilliant. All right, thanks for that, Jim, and thanks for joining us.
Not really. Just climbing numbers, doing stupid shit, as we do.
How's
I
the?
don't suppose Martin and fucking and sorry, I'm just grabbing a monster out my fridge. I don't suppose Martin and Mark know about the TikTok because they didn't know I had a green beard.
No, Lindsay follows you on
I'm
TikTok.
past my teen years. I don't do TikTok.
Oh,
I know,
hello.
it's
Hello,
fine.
soldier.
There's
Soldier.
there's a special section just for grown-ups. That's cool.
Yeah, it's majority of TikTok.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's the only bit I ever see, so yeah, it's good.
How's the wish list coming along?
The Amazon wish list is
Yeah.
doing well, actually, to be fair. So this is obviously for Mark and Martin's benefit.
And for the V and anyone watching on VT UK, yes.
Yeah, anybody watching on VT UK. So I'm part of a group called the Truckers of TikTok, which is a group of truckers who are on TikTok. Ta-da! But we
Really?
also do a lot of charitable stuff. So at the minute, we've got a calendar which has been brought out, which all the proceeds go to 3 charities, one of which being Mind, mental health charity. So there's, I think there's about 15 or 16 of us who've got together to do the calendar. We've also created Josh's Army, which is to support it's to stomp out bullying, if I'm honest, on all social media platforms. And it was started off for a guy called Josh who has Down syndrome, who was receiving all sorts of shit on TikTok and on whatever.
Jimmy, someone's asking what your name is on TikTok.
_vaping_trucker. So yeah, we've got that. So also, the Truckers of TikTok, we've put together wish lists. Now the wish lists sit on our bios, and the wish lists are for. Mine is for a local women's refuge and also children who are going to be in hospital over Christmas. There's a lot of people who use wish lists to get stuff for themselves, and we're not about that life. It's about paying stuff forward. So we've got that as well. We've just released the new charities for next year as well, one of which is a horse riding charity to help people with PTSD, and we've also got SOS, which is the Soldiers on the Street, helping ex-military personnel who are homeless. So yeah, we're just trying to spread a little bit of positivity and spread a little good, a little bit of love in the world through that, really. And I do stupid dances and stupid freaking videos. And
In bin bags.
There's a video of me dressed in bin bags in this cab doing Spice Girls, which was fun. Dancing around. I haven't lost it.
That was funny. That is worth looking for if you can find it.
Which Spice Girls song was it?
I can't remember.
Anyone that wants to get involved and sort of give back or donate to any of this, I've just popped Jimmy's wish list up. Obviously, everything goes. Sorry, I took control there. That was.
Oh, that's fine.
Sorry.
No,
that's fine.
Go for it.
At the end of the day, we can cut it out. No, it's basically it's all items under £10. So we're not asking for the world. We're not asking for brand new iPads or anything like that. Every item is under £10, and it's things like sanitary towels. It's things like shampoo stuff. There's razors on there.
Funko Pops, Martin. I love it.
There's little what's the word? Like shampoo and conditioner and bath salts and that sort of stuff on there to help the ladies out in the refuge. We've also got things like nappies, baby wipes, baby oil, little toys, little things like that. I just went through Amazon to find some stuff, and it's Amazon Prime Week at the minute. So in the UK, if you were to get it, obviously you get stuff quite a bit cheaper anyway. But there's nothing in there that's over £10. It's all going to be going to charity, and I always do shout out videos for everybody who sends stuff. And my wife has a lot of wrapping to do come up Christmas. So.
Oh, you're not going to help her with the wrapping then, no?
I've got to be at work, mate, and it's Christmas time, so we'll be busy, unfortunately.
Okay.
I click the link. I don't get into the list.
I know, I've put the wrong one up.
See,
the second list is the one you want. Can someone delete my last comment? Oh no, you can't, can you?
You can.
Oh, can I delete my comment in? Yes, I can.
Or maybe Chandra will put it on the Facebook group, on the VT UK Facebook group as well.
Yeah, I'll post it on the Facebook group.
It. So yeah, that's the way that things are going at the moment with the whole TikTok situation.
And haven't you had some photos taken as well?
I said about that for the calendar.
Did you say that? Oh, I wasn't
Yeah.
listening. I've heard it so many times before.
What if anyone wants to get hold of the calendar? Again, like I say, it's for the charities. If you look on Facebook and look for Truckers of TikTok official merchandise, it's on Facebook. There's a Facebook group there. There's all sorts. There's T-shirts, hoodies, hats, all sorts of stuff. And the 2021 calendars. I know what pictures I took. If you have any ladies that you're thinking, I can't think of anything to get them, maybe get them a calendar. That's all I'll say. Yes, well worth it. And like I say, all the money's going to charity anyway, so that's what it's about. That's what we're all about. Do something positive in this world full of shite that we live in. So yeah, there's that. Truckers of TikTok. Again, if you want to find me on TikTok, it's _vaping_trucker. You can find Josh's Army and Truckers of TikTok on Facebook, and the Truckers of TikTok official merchandise page is also on there. And like I say, there's all sorts. I've got key rings. I don't get involved with the merchandise. It's some of the other guys that do it. But there's things like there's key rings and stuff. Little lorry key rings with Truckers of TikTok on them. There's lanyards, there's hoodies, there's hats. They've just brought out some hats for winter. Beanie
Nice.
hats, T-shirts, polo shirts, the lot. And the calendar. Make sure with the calendar. Chandler, I expect you to be buying your good lady a calendar.
I will buy her a calendar, even if
They're
it's
£12.50.
So not going to break the bank then, no.
No, and I think it's about after postage and packaging. I think it's about £7 or £8, maybe a little bit more that goes into the charity pot. So
cool.
That's what it's about. It's what it's all about.
Yeah. definitely.
I want to see a calendar on everybody's walls.
Hanging in the background.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Martin,
Behind the
I'm looking
pops.
at your wall. I'm wondering whether you have
Describe
the 80-year anniversary. Oh, he's got a load of pops behind him. I didn't know whether you had the 80-year anniversary Deadpool on there.
No, I only have
number
Deadpool
546.
in Deadpool in pajamas holding a panda. That's the only Deadpool I have.
See, this is the one with him with the two katanas.
I have a friend who collects a lot of Deadpool, but it's not.
But that's why the cab is the colour it is, and that's why I got Deadpool in the window and Deadpool on a Deadpool plushie on the window as well. The whole cab's going Deadpool.
There you go.
there you go.
So
Lovely.
yes, trucks and TikToks, Jimmy. Don't be a bell end. Yeah, that's me.
So, Mark, if people who listen to the podcast would be interested in looking at VT UK in the future, where can they find you? And do you have a Facebook group?
We do indeed. You can find us under Vape Talk UK under Facebook. Those of you that want to join us on Twitch for Vape Talk UK, 8 PM on a Tuesday evening and 9 PM on a Friday evening for the Big Fat Stupid Quiz. You're more than welcome to join us. Be good to see some new faces.
And
Awesome.
is it archived on YouTube?
Everything is archived on YouTube. We don't stream the quiz to YouTube because of licensing issues, and on Twitch it's only a live show. You can't go back and watch it back, so you've either got to join us live or not bother at all.
No, but the normal VT UK, if people want to watch it at their own leisure, they can find
Absolutely.
you on
You can
YouTube
go back
at-
5-6 years worth of shows.
And if they just search Vape Talk UK on YouTube, they'll
Vape Talk
find you.
UK, you will see us. We are there.
And
But if you
twitch.tv/Vape Talk UK. And in the group on Facebook, there are also links to both channels.
Cool.
perfect, and don't forget Vape Talk UK on the Facebook as well, and join us on there. If you do want
And if you want to message Chandler about anything Vape Talk related, you can always message him on thevvrp@gmail.com.
that's THEVVRP@gmail.com.
If you want to pest David about coming on to the show on a Friday to do a quiz, you can message him on vvrpdave at
That's
gmail.com.
VVRPDAVE@gmail.com.
And if you want to send any news
you want to get hold of
whatsoever,
me.
you can send them to the vvrpjimmy@gmail.com.
That's VVRP Jim,
And, all the male viewers out there.
VVRPJIM.
For all the male viewers out there.
That's VVRPJIM@gmail.com.
There's also the Cotton Cart where you can buy merchandise for the Vaguely Vaping related podcast, which is vvrp.cottoncart.com.
And the Vaguely Vaping related Facebook group. Search for Vaguely Vaping related on YouTube, on Facebook, and find us, join us. We'll let you in because we're nice like that.
Even if you don't mention me.
On TikTok, you can just yeah, or Chandler, if you don't put when you put on there about us coming on the podcast on the VT UK, use the old logo with just mine and your faces on it, because that's always funny.
I did notice he did put up. He got very upset about that. I accidentally clicked on the wrong image and used the old one. I didn't realise until about.
And my wife didn't jump all over that at all. She didn't jump
until
all over
about
it.
until about half an hour before the show. I suddenly went, oh shit! I used the wrong one. Oh, I'm not changing it now. He can suffer.
And I did say, hopefully this doesn't mean I'm going to get fired live on Twitch.
And then I posted a "You're fired" meme afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I posted, I'm free.
We love you.
So-
E6 Zoo.
Yes, we also have the discount code on the esigzoo.co.uk. 10% discount off of your order. Just use the code VVRP10. And if you do want to follow me, you can always look on TikTok, which apparently is for 12-year-olds. But no one told me the memo. Especially
No. I said teen. 12-year-olds is not teen.
Yeah, but everyone thinks it's for kids, and it's an adult-only app.
And don't forget. If you are listening to this on the podcast and you haven't seen us live, go onto YouTube, Google Vape Talk UK. It is episode 262, and you can watch it back, and you can actually, see what we normally see when we're recording the podcast.
And there is actually one more discount code you can give out.
Okay.
If you want quality coils, you go to pccoils.com and you use the code #BlameMartin, capital B, capital M. You get 10%.
#BlameMartin with a capital B and a capital M. You get 10% off PC coils.
Yes.
Awesome. There we go. We got another discount code.
And love you, bye.
Mark, that's the cue for the that's the cue for the music. Okay, at the end of the. No.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Bye.
Bear with us. Bye.
Are we ready?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Adios,
Love you, bye.
motherfuckers.
Bye.